like in spectators, right? But globally, it's bringing eyeballs. Globally, and look at this, they're doing a Terence Crawford fight next month. They're doing the fights over here as well with the Joshua versus Dubois. That's what you originally asked me for, but we just went off on to. I just got off on tangents. Don't worry about it. I bring it around. Right?
Well,
so because we're seeing all of those things happen, you got to say massive props, because apart from being a boxing historian, I actually love the intricacies of boxing, right? But I like it at the standpoint where it's being respectful, that we're getting gladiator versus gladiator. So we're going back to the 50s, we're going back to the 40s. You know what I mean? We're going back to the great times of you know what I mean, someone like Ezzard Charles, who's one of my favorite fighters. You know what I mean, former light heavyweight, but former heavyweight champion of the world. You know, when we're going back to those times there, we have nothing more to say. Like we're grateful. We're going back to those times of like a Joe Lewis. We're going back to the times of when Ali fought everybody, even when he wasn't champion. Right now, it's happening, and it didn't matter if you took an L. Why? Because we could bring you back. And Turki Al-Sheikh's been true to his word. Look at that. Zhang went out there, and Zhang went out there, lost to Hergovich. But Zhang's still a name. Zhang made himself back, came back, knocked out Joel Joyce twice. Then Zhang gets a big fight with Deontay Wilder. Yeah. You know what I mean? Deontay Wilder gets a fight against Josie Parker and gets outpointed, soundly outpointed by Josie Parker. But you know, like, he was trying, he's still a name. You know what? We're going to bring you back. And when they do, they brought him back for the 5v5. He gets knocked out by Zhang. Right? But this is boxing. You know what I mean? And it's simple analogy. Because A can beat B, B can beat C, but A can't beat C. This is how it goes. This is boxing. So for those things, I'm amazingly grateful to be around at this time now. And the plethora of money that's been brought into the game now, it's going to help young guys that I affiliate with, or young guys who are trying to come through. And because of that, I mean, I get a lot of speaking engagements to speak on boxing now because of everything that's happening. So I'm grateful, man.
Brilliant. It's brilliant. What do you think is happening to British boxing, though? Like, can we still fill out Wembley Stadium? Like, are we still going to get them nights?
Wait. See, can we still fill up? Y'all should remember, September 21st. If you guys haven't bought your ticket or tried to buy your ticket, because they'll be very difficult to get a hold of your ticket, September 21st, you have the IBF World Heavyweight Championship with Anthony Joshua fighting the now champion in Daniel Dubois. That's going to be a great night of boxing, because if you look on the undercard, it's a great night of boxing.
Before we move on to the undercard, tell me, how does this fight play out?
I like Daniel Dubois a lot. You know what I mean? I got a lot of time for Daniel Dubois' trainer, Don Charles. And I'm so happy for Don Charles, for him getting the opportunity to look after his family, right? And these are Don's words, not my words, but Don will tell people, oh, well, Spencer kind of instigated Daniel coming to me. I didn't. I played a part in it. I don't want to say how big my role was or whatever, but I know, like, when I speak boxing, especially to people of my own community, it carries a lot of weight. So if I say, well, maybe you need to work with this guy here, people are going to listen to me, because it's coming from me, and they know that I fanatically studied this sport. How the fight pans out. In the beginning, I was very critical of Ben Davison. Thinking, like, you know, these little young whippersnappers, blah. You know what I mean? But I see the synergy. I've been in the gym. I've been fortunate enough to be in the gym with Anthony Joshua. And I see the synergy that they got. And not only that, but I have to give credit to the fact that with Anthony Joshua, he's profoundly professional. Seriously. It was an honor for me to be in the gym and to see him train. Right? Just to know, like, you are profoundly professional. And I've been fortunate enough as a young kid, right, going over to Catskills Mountains, watching Lennox Lewis train when he's preparing to fight David Tua. To watch, that was in 2000. To watch Anthony Joshua train, it was like they're very, very meticulous to detail. And because of that, Don Charles is a good trainer, and I'm glad that he's getting the accolades right now. But they're working at a higher octane level, right? But this is boxing; anything can happen. But because they're working at such a high level, and I see I see many flaws in Daniel Dubois. The major flaw that has been corrected was more of like when people's questioning his heart, because everyone said, I ain't got no heart, he ain't got no ticker. And I think he's proved that in his last two fights, the Big Baby Miller fight, and also in the Hrgovic fight, he proved that he actually has got ball, right? But maybe those guys didn't hit hard enough to take away his ball, right? And you cannot be being hit flush with heavy right hands from Hrgovic, thinking that you're going to get hit by those same right hands from Anthony Joshua, thinking that it's not going to have a telling effect. It's going to have a telling effect. And we saw, I don't care when people say, oh, well, he's only at Ngannou. We're getting, he knocked at Ngannou and he that's not a great win. Well, hello, did you not see what a hard fight that Ngannou gave to Tyson Fury? Right? Exactly. So therefore, I got Anthony Joshua winning this fight. Right? And I think knocking out Daniel Dubois in about 4 to 5 rounds. That's how I see it. But you know what? If I'm wrong, I'll hold my hands up to say I'm wrong. But I'm saying of what I'm seeing, I know it's about camps. And the camp that Anthony Joshua has, in my mind, is more superior to the camp that Don Charles has got, simply because they've got a finer, polished athlete in Anthony Joshua, and all they got to do is put in instructions. With Daniel Dubois, they've got to strip back the errors and mistakes inside of him and then try to rebuild on it. And I don't think it's enough time, right? Because I think by the time the fight comes around, they've been working for a year. I don't believe that's enough time. When you get a new trainer, usually it takes about 5 fights. So this is going to be his 4th fight with Don Charles. Maybe it's a fight too early, but I could be wrong. And if I am wrong, I'm wrong. But I just believe that that's why I got Anthony Joshua coming out successful.
Don't you think that, like, because the way I sort of look at this is, yes, I feel that Anthony Joshua's got a lot of experience. He's been in some massive fights with the Klitschko's and, some really, really big fights, but he's starting to get a little bit older. Now, I know he's not old, but he's older than where Dubois is like this young, hungry lion. Just about, he's just got the IBF converted into the main full championship, and it's time to prove himself. He's coming off 2 wins, his confidence is up there, and he wants that fight. Do you not think, do you think that the experience will outbeat that?
Do I think the experience of Anthony Joshua will surpass the youth and vigor of? Yes, I do, and I'm going to tell you why. It's going to, my opinion, right? Because people will play this back and say, "Oh, what Spencer said, he's a dickhead. He's all wrong," right? But I'm just trying to say to you, the reason why I believe that the experience, because the thing with experience is that you can't fake experience. You can't buy experience. You have to experience to have it. That's the crazy thing about experience. You have to experience it to have the experience. And with Anthony Joshua, just his whole jump off right now, where he is mentally, I know certain things that he's doing off camera, I could tell you, but I ain't gonna tell you on camera. Certain things that he's doing, I just believe that he's in a different mental capacity right now. And the thing is this, Daniel Dubois is very fast. I ain't gonna lie to you. And Daniel Dubois is most probably going to be coming towards Anthony Joshua. He's not going to fight on the back foot because he doesn't fight on the back foot. So when he comes forward, that's the worst thing ever. Just ask the former 2-time heavyweight champion of the world, George Foreman. George Foreman said you never follow a puncher. And whereas Daniel Dubois can hit, if you look on Daniel Dubois' highlight reels, show me one concussive knockout that he's scored where he's hit a guy and he's just knocked a guy into oblivion. You don't. He's a heavy-handed guy. But guys who spar with him say that he punches way harder than Anthony Joshua. But that's in sparring, right? He bangs. But maybe it's like under the lights and everything else. Maybe something gets taken away from him. But because of that, I see experience is a massive factor in this. And I mean, when I mean a massive factor, I see Don Charles was saying this fight's going to be spirited.